man's important trust in this land. Let thy blessings upon us here in this house assembled. Grant us that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in such just faithful a manner, to promote thy honor and glory, to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of the country, and of those interests thou hast committed to our care. Amen. Clerk, may proceed.
Communication from the chair.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adam Barrow, former Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, my Lord, the Honorable Justice of the Gambia and Justice of the Superior Courts, Honorable Deputy Speaker, and all honorable members of this August Assembly, Honorable former Deputy Speakers and members of the National Assembly, Honorable Cabinet Minister in President, Chief of Staff, Office of the President, Secretary to Cabinet and Head of the Civil Service, Permanent Secretary and Head of Institutions, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, Regional Governors, Lord Mayors, and Chairpersons of Area Councils, Service Chiefs, leaders of political parties, senior government officials, vulnerable religious leaders, distinguished invited guests, the press, and all other protocols duly observed. It is my singular honor and privilege to welcome His Excellency the President of the Republic, Mr. Adam Barrow, to this hallowed chamber for the delivery of the 2026 State of the Nation Address in accordance with Section 771 of the 1997 Constitution and Order 24.1 of our standing orders. Honorable members, we are here together as a nation to witness a significant event in the life of democracy. That's the President's State of the Nation Address. His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia is here today to attend and address the sitting of the National Assembly on the condition of the Gambia, the policies of the government, and the administration of the state for the 2026 legislative year. This occasion remains one of the most important in our constitutional and democratic calendar, as it provides the head of state with a platform to update the nation through its elected representatives on the general state of public affairs, government policy direction, and national priorities. Honorable members, this address is not merely ceremonial. It is a vital instrument of accountability and transparency. It offers this assembly the basis upon which we will exercise our legislative oversight responsibilities in the interest of the Gambian people. Your Excellency, as you present your address, this assembly stands ready to carefully consider the policies, programs, and legislative priorities outlined therein. We remain committed to the constructive engagement guided by the principles of good governance, the rule of law, and national development. Let me take this opportunity to reaffirm the unwavering commitment of the National Assembly to work collaboratively with the executive, while maintaining our constitutional duty to provide effective oversight. This balance is essential in strengthening our democracy and ensuring that the aspirations of our citizens are met. I thank you for your attention. Clerk, may we proceed?
Motion. State of the Nation Address 2026 by His Excellency President of the Republic.
On behalf of both sides of this assembly, I now have the singular honor and privilege to respectfully invite His Excellency Mr. Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, to deliver the 2020 State of the Nation Address in fulfillment of his constitutional mandate. Your Excellency.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable members of the National Assembly, my Lord the Chief Justice and Superior Judges, former Vice President here present, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic and the Consular Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. In accordance with Section 77(1) of the Constitution, it is my singular honor and delight to deliver the 2026 State of the Nation Address before this honorable assembly. Recognizing that this is the final state of the Nation Address for this five-year presidential term. The address comes at a defining moment in our national journey. It has come at a time when Gambians are reflecting on the progress made this far, and currently preparing to make important decisions on the future of our country. Since 2017, our nation has traveled a demanding but determined path. From democratic renewal through economic recovery to institutional building and national stabilization. The task before my administration was not only to govern, but also to restore trust, rebuild systems, and lay foundations that will endure for generations to come. Over the years, our policies and programs have consistently been guided by strong planning frameworks and informed roadmaps to design and steer national development initiatives and accountability mechanisms. In the short term, the recovery focus national development plan 2023-2027 will continue to drive the consolidation of our gains and acceleration of the ongoing socio-economic transformation process across all development sectors in the country. Briefly, this address provides a concise account of my administration's major achievements, though provoking challenges and strategic gains to protect and build upon as we move forward. These issues are prioritized, beginning with the state of our economy. The economy, Mr. Speaker, in this volatile global environment, marked by uncertainties, inflationary pressures, and geopolitical shocks, the Gambian economy continues to demonstrate remarkable resilience. Supported largely by construction, agriculture, tourism, trade, telecommunications, and other services. Real GDP growth was estimated at 5.99% in 2025, compared to 5.77% in 2024. Correspondingly, inflation declined from 10.2% in December 2024 to about 6.6% by December 2025.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker. Point of order. Who is standing on a point of order?
Fonyi Councillor.
Fonyi Councillor.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, 17F. Clappings are not permitted in these chambers. At the top, they are clap. So that's what I'm sending as an order. Thank you.
He's out of order. Honorable members, please, as much as possible, let's try not to disrupt proceedings. Yes, honorable member Lower Fladu. Lower Salmon, brother.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving the floor. In fact, member for Councillor rose a point of order 17F. In fact, member out of order because of the anger in him. In fact,
Speaker. Honorable Speaker. Can you sit down?
in fact, Honorable Speaker,
I said 17H.
you see, Honorable Speaker,
Honorable members.
Honorable Speaker,
I said 17H.
Honorable member
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable member, please stop talking to honorable members across the floor. You address the speaker. Honorable member for Kiang West. Kiang West. I am not entertaining anything more. Please. Honorable member for Kiang West. What I want to avoid is talking to members across the floor. Please avoid that. Address all your comments to the care. Honorable members, I have heard what the honorable member for Fonyi Councillor said. To my, I was not aware of the clap. I had honorable members knocking the table. So can we please allow His Excellency the President to continue his address? And as much as possible, let's try and avoid unnecessary disruption of sessions. Please. Honorable Excellency. Your Excellency.
Reflecting tight monetary policy and improve domestic supply conditions. The 2026 budget projects total revenue and grants of $50.3 billion, with $32.2 billion mobilized from domestic sources. Public debt projected at 68.8% of GDP in 2026 has been stabilized and placed on a sustainable downward path. As of December 2025, the national debt to GDP ratio declined to 71.8% from 73.6% in 2024. Positively too, boosted by substantial remittances, grants and tourism receipts. The Gambian dollars remain broadly stable against major trading currencies. In appreciation of this, I recognize the significant contributions of our compatriots in the diaspora, who continue to provide critical support to household incomes and overall economic stability. In 2025, such remittances amounted to $872 million, representing 34% of GDP. The government remains firmly committed to reforming and restructuring our state-owned enterprises, to improve performance, strengthen governance, and reduce contingent liabilities. The government has demonstrated its strong commitment to reform by establishing the State-Owned Enterprises SOE Commission as part of a broader agenda to restructure and transform SOEs. This initiative aims to enhance performance, strengthen governance frameworks, and mitigate contingent liabilities. The aggregate financial position of SOEs underwent a remarkable transformation in 2025. The sector achieved a historic consolidated net profit of $2.5 billion. A stark reversal from the $2.6 billion loss recorded in 2024. The evidence shows that stronger oversight measures, performance contracts, and closer monitoring of key performance indicators are beginning to deliver results. Notably, for the first time, 5 state enterprises are expected to pay dividends to government, marking a significant turnaround in the financial performance of the sector. Evidently, therefore, these outcomes are the result of prudent economic management and difficult but necessary policy choices made in the national interest, demonstrating that the ongoing reforms are beginning to yield tangible results. Trade industry and job creation. Mr. Speaker, to transform our economy, our economic structure, we are investing in industrial parks, urban agricultural hubs, and special economic zones. Those moving the Gambia away from raw exports towards value addition, manufacturing, and exports. In 2025, we strengthened trade governance competition and regional integration to support inclusive economic growth. Reforms are currently in progress on the Essential Commodities Act 2015 to improve stock and prices monitoring while preserving a liberal market system. Mr. Speaker, my government will soon introduce a bill to address both competition and consumer protection under one legislation, with plans to repeal the Competition Act 2007 and the Consumer Protection Act 2014. On regional integration, the Gambia secured key ECOWAS positions for the 2026-2030 mandate, including Director General of Intergovernmental Action against Money Laundering in West Africa, and a judge at the ECOWAS Community Court of Justice. At the national level in 2025, the Gambia Import and Export Promotion Agency GAIP facilitated the attraction and awarding of special investment certificates and export processing zone licenses to 16 businesses, with a total planned investment of $204 million. This is expected to create job opportunities. Irregular migration continues to rob our nation of its youth. We are treating this issue with utmost urgency, by creating opportunities for decent jobs, skills development, and legal labor pathways. Through strengthening systems and bilateral labor agreements for safe, regular, and orderly migration. Gambians are now working legally in Europe and in the Middle East. Mr. Speaker, infrastructure, Mr. Speaker. My administration continues to work tirelessly to close the infrastructure gap. Since 2017, the government has constructed over 1,200 kilometers of all weather roads, significantly improving national connectivity. In 2025, the 84-kilometer Nyomi-Hakalan Road was inaugurated. And the Kiang West and Burfur Madiana Banyaka roads have reached advanced stages. Phase 3 of the OIC road has progressed satisfactorily, with completion of the Sukuta overpass expected this year. By the end of 2026, my government will have added an additional 375 kilometers of paved roads to the overall network. This expansion is being implemented through an engineering procurement and construction EPC model, fully funded by the government of the Gambia at an estimated cost of $9 billion. Additionally, through innovative financing methods, the construction of 700 kilometers of new roads will commence soon. These new roads were strategically selected to complement the already existing network. Furthermore, with funding from the World Bank supported Giraffe project, the government will shortly lay the foundation stone for approximately 200 kilometers of roads in the rural part of our local government areas. Statistically, upon completion of these projects, my government register more than 50% of the 4,000 kilometer total survey roads nationwide. I am fully committed to ensuring that all communities are connected with a reliable means of transportation. In maritime transport, port operations have been modernized, significantly reducing cargo waiting time at the port of Banjul from 14 days to less than port operations precisely 17 hours.
Honourable Speaker, point of order. Point of order. Point of order, Honourable Speaker.
Significantly reducing cargo waiting time at the port of Banjul from 14 days to less than
Honourable Member for
precisely
Kiang West.
17 hours.
Order 17H. Honourable Speaker, point of order.
Order 17?
Point of order. H.
Yeah, go ahead.
Point of order, Honourable Speaker. Shall not be permitted in the chamber. Honourable Speaker, we still insist that the rules of this House be respected. This is a rule that clapping is not permitted in this
Honourable
chamber.
Member
And people are
for
still clapping.
Kiang West.
Please, can you put the House to the order? Order 17H. Clapping shall
Order
not
17?
be H.
Honourable Member.
Clapping shall
Honourable
not be
Member.
permitted in the
You
chamber.
must begin
Honourable
to
Speaker, we
respect the
still
Speaker's ruling.
insist that the rules of this House
If
be
you want
respected.
to challenge my
This is a
ruling,
rule that
you have to
clapping
put
is
in a
not
substantive
permitted
motion.
in this chamber, and people are
I
still
am
clapping.
saying that I have
Please,
not
can
had
you put the
clapping.
House to the order?
Honourable, I am saying, Honourable,
When we hear it, we call your
Honourable
attention.
Member.
We have it.
Honourable Member,
When we hear
you
it, we
must
call your
begin to
attention.
respect the Speaker's ruling. Honourable Member for Kiang West, if you want to challenge my ruling, you have to put in a substantive motion. And you are, I am saying that I am not had clapping. Agreeing with
You are out of order.
I am saying,
When we hear it, we call your
Honourable
attention. We
Member,
have it.
Honourable Member, sit
When we
down.
hear it, we call your
Otherwise, you
attention.
will go outside. If you don't want to listen, young West, we will ask, you are talking about order to go. And please, you are out of order yourself by agreeing with this. You are out of order. You are out. Honorable members. Honorable members. You say, honorable members, please. Honorable members, it is easy. Otherwise, we will go identify people if you don't want to listen. When you yourself, you are going out of order. Politely ask you to go. Before you ask people to be in order, make sure you yourself you are in order. Honorable members, let's avoid unnecessary members. Your Excellency. You say, honorable members, please. It is easy to identify people out of order. When you yourself, you are going out of order. Before you ask people to be in order, make sure you yourself you are in order.
Preparatory works,
please, let's avoid unnecessary disruption.
SoNA and deep sea
Your
port.
Excellency, please. Honorable members, if you don't want to listen, you can go, you may want to go out. Allow others to listen. Please.
Preparatory works
Honorable Speaker, send him
are
out.
progressing for this SoNA and deep sea port.
Honorable, don't sit on the floor and be talking to the speaker without permission. Honorable members, please, if you don't want to listen, I'm not giving you, you may want to go out. No, allow others to listen. You have no cause to talk. Please, you know that it is
Honorable Speaker, send him out. It's simple.
Why do you have to argue about that? Honorable members, let's please allow His Excellency to the speaker without permission to give his address, please, and avoid unnecessary. I'm not giving you permission. No, you have no cause to talk. You know that it is in order for members to knock the table. Why do you have to argue about that? Honorable members, let's please allow His Excellency to give his address.
Concurrently,
please, and avoid unnecessary interruptions.
Are progressing for the SoNA deep sea port ahead of the commencement of construction works this year. Maritime services will be further strengthened with the recent delivery concurrently of an eco-friendly preparatory works are progressing reduce waiting time for the SoNA deep sea port and ease traffic flow ahead of the commencement of construction works this year. Maritime services thereby improving market access with the farmers and traders of in the northern, particularly ferry women. The arrangement will reduce in line with the government's and liberal air transport policy from Banjul to Bar. Gambia and Senegal have agreed to domesticate air services between the two states, thereby improving market access for farmers and traders. Passenger in the North Bank, particularly on air tickets, women, which will greatly lower the cost of travel. In line with the governments between the two liberal air transport policy, the Gambia and Senegal have agreed. In addition to domesticate, my government is working air services on an airport modernization project. Both states that includes either wave construction or significantly modern passenger terminal building on air tickets, which will greatly lower the cost of travel between the two countries. Hopefully, this project will be implemented through, in addition, public-private. My government is working on an airport modernization project that includes the construction of an ultra-modern land administration terminal building and other land administration and regional governance. Mr. Speaker, hopefully this project government advance will be implemented key reforms to modernize the public-private land administration and strengthen local governance. A landmark national land policy 2026-2035 land administration was recently approved. Land administration and regional tenure secure governance. Mr. Speaker, harmonize land administration key reforms to modernize promote land administration and strengthen local governance. Assessment has been conducted. A landmark national land policy 2026 for the development of a land was recently approved system. And land information system tenure establish a nationwide digital platform, harmonize land administration land records, and promote digitalization. One of its objectives is to enhance assessments have been conducted in land administration to evaluate and reduce the current stock land for the development of a land information. These reforms system, supported by an ongoing review system, will establish local and nationwide digital platform to secure and manage the foundation land records for more transparent, efficient. One of its objectives land is to enhance transparency in land administration and reduce recognizing the important role disputes of the Land Commission. These reforms lands supported by an ongoing review of the to revitalize government acts through the reinforcement of its foundation and more transparent, resolution roles, efficient and equitable plan to enhance governance, transparency, accountability, and fairness, recognizing the important role of the Land Commission. The Ministry of Lands, the Ministry of Government and Religious Affairs initiated a housing program that targets Gambians through the reinforcement of a flexible installment and dispute resolution roles, improve access. This is planned to enhance housing transparency, accountability, sample designs, and fairness have been in land administration. And sites identified for the fourth phase of the scheme. The Ministry has also initiated a housing program. The Department of Boundary Management and of a flexible installment has been established to strengthen and safeguard access the Gambia's borders housing at both national and international have been reviewed and sites identified. The department is to collaborate with the relevant institutions and neighboring authorities to prevent and resolve the Department of Boundary Management under the Ministry of Territorial Integrity has been established to strengthen and safeguard the Gambia's borders at both national and international energy levels. Mr. Speaker, my government has made the department is to collaborate decisive reforms with the relevant institutions across and neighboring authorities, energy, petroleum, and resolve boundary-related issues. Protect territorial integrity and promote the report that national we have achieved 90% national energy access. Energy, Mr. Speaker, my government has made decisive reforms and remain on course to attain universal access energy, petroleum, by the end of 2026 sectors. I am thus pleased to fast-track this objective. We have achieved 90% government has allocated national energy access, $397 million in the 2026 budget to expand electricity services to the remaining and remain on course to attain universal access by the end of 2026. In addition, as part of the modernization efforts to fast-track the national electricity network, Naya government has allocated and commissioned $397 million, 225 kV transmission to expand electricity services to the remaining unelectrified communities with a state-of-the-art national control center. In addition, as part of this investment, the modernization effort our universal of the national electricity which is projected to be completed by end 2026, the country's force of the global 25 kV transmission line. Furthermore, I am proud to announce that with a state part of our drive to achieve national control to electricity. This investment through the sustainable support energy service companies program, Cisco, the Gambia, which is projected to 11 hospitals by end 2021 clinics ahead 823 schools nationwide timeline have been solarized. Furthermore, I am proud to announce that as part of our drive to achieve while the significant gains access in access are to be celebrated through the sustainable energy financial companies Cisco, the Gambia, that many households, 11 hospitals, 81 clinics, 800 in this regard schools nationwide to stabilize solarize. The government allocated $1 billion in both the 2025 and 2026 budgets are subsidies to NAVEC. We recognize the financial constraints to access that many households. Central to our long-term energy security is our objective to increase in this regard domestic generation capacity. Stabilize tariffs. It is in this regard the government has set $1 billion plan in both deliver a 155 megawatt and 2026 solar park budget in sum subsidies that will cater for both domestic and export markets. Central to our long-term energy security, the fourth stage is our objective to increase is at an advanced generation capacity. With the tender, it is in this regard megawatt plan the government has set in motion a plan. The Gambia petroleum sector continues a 150 megawatt solar park in sum. Recently, the Ministry of Petroleum, Energy and Mines and granted licenses to 3 companies to undertake exploration. So far, the fourth stage and production solar park activities is at an advanced stage open blocks. With the tender for a 50 megawatt plant, this marks a significant milestone. In the Gambia petroleum sector continues upstream to gather intense operations in the Gambia. Recently, the Ministry of Petroleum, Energy and Mines granted in the area of mining to 3 companies to undertake is promoting offshore development and production activities in demand exceeding 1 million cubic meters. We also issue a significant milestone mineral reactivating hence upstream positioning the operations to support in the Gambia infrastructure development and diversify in the area of mining revenues. My government is promoting offshore communication dredging to meet digital demand exceeding 1 million Mr. Speaker, in 2025, we also issue digital transformation to deep sea mineral prospecting as key driver of the sector to support infrastructure, jobs development, and efficient diversify national revenues. Mobile subscription surpassed 3.4 million. Communication, ICT sector digital employment increased by nearly 20%. In 2025, and the sector's contribution digital transformation to the economy exceeded 3.9 billion driver of growth. Jobs, our digital government transformation efforts in 2026, mobile subscription, the deployment of key services by the Gambia ICT sector employment increased by nearly 20%. And the sector's contribution include e-economy exceeded e-cabinet initiative $9 billion for more effective and efficient delivery of such services. Our digital government transformation, for the first time, we have a data protection and privacy act of key services by the Gambia ICT agency to regulate the processing of personal data and reinforce these include e-visa, investor, and e-cabinet initiative environment for more effective and efficient delivery reform agenda is on services. With GAMTEL and GAMTEL identify, we have a data protection and privacy act bill operate 2025 transfer BOT public-private partners to regulate for GAMTEL the processing of personal data to mobilize and reinforce a secure and investor-friendly digital. This will be used to modernize, upgrade, and expand. The SOE, the core reform agenda, is ongoing. Last mile with GAMTEL and GAMCEL identify, enhance competitiveness and maximize revenue growth. The bill operate, transfer, in line with public pricing exercise for GAMTEL staff is expected implementation of the social plan is well advanced. 642 this will be used to modernize, upgrade, and expand after their full compensation and payment. Last mile infrastructure. Enhance competitiveness. The remaining phases revenue growth. 3 and 4 are expected the right size finalized by end March. Implementation of the social plan is well advanced. In striving 642 to modernize public broadcasting have exceeded. The government has reached full compensation and advanced stage payments in finding a private partner for digital. The remaining phases to facilitate 3 and 4 are expected to be a finalized system by end March 2026. Similarly, GRTS radio signal is striving on satellite to modernize public nationwide radio broadcast. The government has reached an advanced stage to popularize and inform the people partner about development Gambia Limited to facilitate our government has initiated from analog a flagship program digital called Mansakunda. Have been successfully similarly GRTS radio episodes signal has been put on satellite. We will continue to achieve this program nationwide radio broadcast to the regions and this year for wider to popularize and inform the people about development programs and policies. In January of this year, has initiated my administration program through the Ministry of Information. Have been successfully launched, implemented another flagship program called in 2025. Minister, we will highlight with these programs and policies to the local language. This year, this is part wider of the broader strategy to bring government policies and programs to the doorsteps of the people. In January of this year, my administration through the Ministry of Information and Water Resources successfully launched another flagship program. Agriculture remains the minister and other highlight government programs and policies over in the local language. Over 22% part of to the broader strategy to bring government policies and sustaining to the livelihoods of the most Gambian households. Agriculture to boost productivity, fisheries, and food and water resources. Government continues to implement the National Agriculture Remains Program and other important sectors. Over $703 million, over 22% allocated towards gross domestic seed and fertilizer subsidies and sustaining expansion the livelihood of agricultural credit Gambia an estimated 20%. To boost productivity and food security, government continues to implement the national provided seeds program, $300 million. Over $700 and the national $3 million security processing have been allocated and marketing seed and fertilizer subsidies and expansion recorded agricultural credit with total cereal output 20%, rising from 124,337 provided tons in 2024 to 131,000 to recapitalize the national food security processing in 2025 and marketing corporation. This includes an 11% production recorded strong gains in millet, with total cereal 9% increase in rice production from 157,225 and 5% tons in 2024 in maize to 131,798 metric tons in 2025. Strengthening, with groundnut output increasing 11% from 52,642 metric tons 9% in 2024 in rice production to 57,225 metric tons, and 5% increase in maize prompted production. A government-backed $2 billion intervention production also strengthened up to 50,000 metric tons, increasing during by 16% 2025 from 52,642 metric tons in 2024 to 61,043 metric tons in 2025. Productivity and resilience were further reinforced prompted through the procurement of 189 $2 billion and 20 intervention boards, expanded irrigation and strengthened livestock during the 2025-2026 trade. This support includes increased vaccination coverage, productivity in the sector, and resilience for sustained growth, further reinforced food security through the procurement of 189 tractors. Mr. Speaker, my government also expanded irrigation and strengthened in water, livestock, and fisheries management to strengthen sustainability, resilience, and this support includes to improve access, vaccination coverage in hard-to-reach areas. For instance, for sustained my government, food security, and rural income, 10 solar-powered pipes. Mr. Speaker, my government also the country make major reforms of these achievements in water and fisheries management to strengthen 68 of sustainability, resilience, completed to serve 100 and to improve access to clean drinking water, benefiting about 82,000. My government drill 110 solar-powered pipe water system. The remaining 42 are due for completion by the end of the year. 68 of these have been completed to serve for improved sanitation. 42 over 300 benefiting household about public 82,000 were constructed in rural 96 and riverside communities to prevent pollution of the water table. The remaining 42 to promote are due for completion safe and sustainable by water extraction from boreholes, particularly in the urban area. My government in collaboration with partners is working on 300 on the development public latrines of a water we are construction in rural Lansing and riverside regulations to establish legal of the water and operational frameworks to promote climate smart, safe and sustainable water extraction from boreholes, particularly in the urban legal framework. My government in collaboration with partners is working on legal on the development of a water fishing extraction Lansing nationwide surveillance to establish legal leading policy to more arrests and operational frameworks for climate smart water abstraction to governance. Total fisheries revenue of over $234 million framework in the fourth quarter of 2026 to combat illegal, unreported, unregulated fishing as well as to strengthen nationwide surveillance and health missions leading to more arrests and prosecution. My government continues to prioritize these efforts human capital development to total with the 2026 budget of over allocating at least $34 million, $10.5 billion of 2026. This represents 17.7% of total expenditure human capital to education and health. To continually raise performance levels, my government continues to prioritize have been made human capital development, the quality with the 2026 budget. Part of this allocating is the completion of $10.5 billion teachers' quotas across 47 This represents 17.7% of total expenditure. Delivery of science and technical equipment value at $2 million to 29 performance levels. Significant investments have been made and to improve distribution the quality of more than 1.5 billion is the completion nationwide 336 teachers' quotas across 47 schools to universalize access to education in collaboration with our partners. Delivery of science and technical equipment programs to bring $2 million to 24,000 marginalized children back into the formal education and system the distribution of more than 1.5 million textbooks nationwide. Recognizing that strong foundational skills to universalize access to education for lifelong in collaboration with our partners, my government has implemented its focus programs to bring 74,000 marginalized with support from the World Bank into the formal education system from 2023 to the development and implementation of structured pedagogy recognizing that strong foundational skills. Digital learning was introduced for lifelong 100 and my government has intensified its focus These schools are now equipped education with smart televisions, support from the World Bank, laptops, the government has, and other IT equipment on the development and implementation of structured pedagogy and foundational learning. Of 7 national languages, digital learning was piloted in 63 122 schools in 2025. Quality and resilience are now equipped the education with smart televisions, laptops, projectors in relation to tertiary education and skills development. Our students, my administration has invested more than 7.6 billion. Of 7 national language university was piloted in 63 schools to reinforce equity, quality, most of the faculties and resilience across now moved the education to the Farababanta mega campus. These complements in relation to tertiary education and skills development last June. My administration has invested more than $7.6 billion. The Student Revolving Loan Scheme, the National Research and Innovation Fund, and the tertiary and higher education now move to the Farababanta mega campus. The objective is to these complements. The USAID campus inaugurated last June ensure that Tucson does not limit anyone's potential on access to tertiary education for research, the Student Revolving Loan Scheme, the National Research and Innovation Fund, and the Tertiary and Higher Education Trust Fund have been established. Mr. Speaker, the objective is to, my administration has allocated, the objective is to $3.1 billion that Tucson does not limit health sector anyone's potential to support ongoing to expand opportunities of primary health research care and upgrading facilities and service delivery improvement. Health, Mr. In 2025, major infrastructure investment. Mr. Speaker, this year, progress at the Edward Francis administration has allocated in hospital $3.1 billion and to the regional health center to support ongoing expansion national food of primary and drug testing laboratory, upgrading facilities, and the Farato emergency service treatment center are in their final phases of completion. In 2025, major infrastructure investments as part of efforts to strengthen at the Edward Francis small teaching hospital. We have procured Canopy General Hospital and regional ambulance health centers. Meanwhile, 6 supervised national food and drug testing laboratory, 157 emergency treatment centers, and 20 are in their final phases to support immunization, outreach, and emergency referrals. As part of efforts to strengthen frontline service delivery. In addition, we will soon establish 52 an ambulance command center for national emergency 6 supervisory vehicles, 61 at the same time. 157 graduate training and 20 health professionals to support immunization, the national outreach workforce, and emergency and build referrals, a more resilient and people-centered health system. In addition, we will soon establish an ambulance command center for the first national emergency. Dentists and pharmacists have been trained at the same time with the inaugural postgraduate training. Inaugural cohort expected to graduate this year. The national health workforce and building a more resilient and people-centered and social protection. Mr. Speaker, quite notably, my government recognizes dentists and gender equality have been trained and youth empowerment with the inaugural enablers. Inaugural cohort expected to graduate this year. In 2025, drawing on youth, women, enterprise, and social protection, over $12 million was disbursed to 112 women groups. Gender equality and women and youth empowerment as critical benefited for over 10,000 women. And additionally, in 2025, 1,702 drawing on adolescent girls and young enterprise were also supported. Over $12 million was disbursed to 112 women groups. Furthermore, they will receive a grand total into 117. These benefited over $10 million after their graduation this year. And additionally, 1,702 adolescent utilizing the Social Protection Fund were also supported through financial 5,400 beneficiaries of the family strengthening. Furthermore, they will receive a grand total into 117 people with disabilities, $2 million after their graduation this year. These vulnerable people receive a monthly cash transfer by utilizing the Social Protection Fund. Government is supporting to support 5,400 for beneficiaries nutrition of the family strengthening program. My government, they include the NAFA Rice Project. They include continue to support disability over 29,000 vulnerable widows households. These vulnerable people receive a monthly cash transfer. This support includes a monthly cash transfer of to support $1,500 for improved nutrition and food security. My government, through the NAFA Rice Project, continue to support over 29,000 vulnerable gender-based violence fund. In December 2025, the government support includes a monthly cash transfer, a total of $40,500 to each survivor, to vulnerable households. To prevent delays in administering justice on gender-based violence, into a specialized court to victims of gender-based violence in the second quarter of 2026. In December 2025, the Gambia is the sixth country in Africa 75 to establish a court. A total of $40,000 was given to each survivor. Similarly, following a need assessment exercise in administering justice, $4 million was disbursed. A specialized organizations has been people with disabilities to be inaugurated in the second quarter of 2026. To strengthen social work, the Gambia is the sixth country in bachelor's of arts degree course is now offered at the UTG to train social workers. Similarly, following a need assessment exercise in the area of child protection, $4 million national disbursed children's policy organizations was formulated in 2025 to cover emerging child protection to strengthen social work. In addition, the country, a national child protection strategy course and is now offered at the UTG revised to train and adopt social work. Alongside these activities, in the establishment of a child area of child protection at the UTG, a national center will offer children's policy was formulated in 2025 children's rights to cover emerging as well child protection research on issues related to a national child protection strategy and action plan has been revised and adopted. Child right monitoring alongside these activities has been established in the establishment national of a child rights center at the commission will work. The center will offer with the government and NGOs to monitor children's rights of welfare and as well as conduct research in the Gambia on issues related to children. Mr. Speaker, youth development remains child right monitoring unit for my government established at the National Intervention Include Commission. Youth agricultural will training closely under with the government and SoNA initiative to monitor matters entrepreneurship of welfare training on the rights of children and dedicated university programs under the National Youth Service Graduate Program. Youth development remains governance and other priorities. Justice for my government and public service. Key interventions include youth agricultural training under institutional reform initiative remains one of the most outstanding achievements and delegated university programs. Consequently, under the National Youth, we continue to strengthen the rule of law, accountability, and access to governance through far-reaching justice and public service reform. Landmark legislation, such as the election reform 2020, remains one of criminal offences outstanding achievements of this and the Criminal Procedure Act 2020. We continue to strengthen and modernize our legal accountability and access to justice. Replaced outdated colonial justice era laws reforms with right-based contemporary standards. Landmark legislation international such as the Election Obligations 2025, the Criminal Offences Act 2025. These reforms and the Criminal Procedure enhance electoral integrity, have modernized freedom our legal framework. Strengthened, they have replaced protection against corruption era laws and sexual with right and gender-based contemporary standards aligned with international human rights. These legislations have reinforced due process across these reforms now justice enhance electoral integrity. Significant freedom of expression has also strengthened recorded in protection against corruption and sexual and gender-based violence. The government has fully implemented 60 through reconciliation and reparation commission have reinforced recommendations due process with 141 on criminal justice system. Mr. Speaker, the reparation commissions has become fully operational recorded with 7 commissioners transitional justice. Government allocated $20 million. The government has fully implemented in 2025 with an additional allocation commissions for recommendations with 141 ongoing. Concurrently, the legal and institutional reparation commissions for prosecuting operational serious human rights violations commissioners were strengthened through the special allocated $20 million to the reparation the establishment of a special criminal division with an additional allocation and ongoing collaboration with regional partners to ensure that impunity for grave crimes, the legal and institutional frameworks for prosecution and integrity serious human rights violations we are strengthened enhanced further the special through the expansion of legal aid service, the establishment of a special criminal division of a digital case and ongoing collaboration system across regional partners to ensure and the modernization for grave crimes is decisively at the company registry access to intellectual property in the public service have been enhanced further.
In December
Through the expansion
2025,
of legal aid,
the National Assembly
services
confirmed
nationwide.
the commissioners
The rollout
of the Anti-Corruption
a
Commission,
digital case management
positioning the country
system across
to
justice
intensify
institutions
the fight against
and the
corruption
modernization
and promote
of key
ethical
registries.
governance.
Among them is the company registry and intellectual
These reforms
property
together
systems with the ongoing development of a justice
In December
sector strategy
2025,
policy for 2026,
National Assembly
2030,
confirmed
on
commissioners
my
of the
government
Anti-Corruption
commitment
Commission
to a justice
positioning
system
the country
that is independent,
to intensify the
transparent,
fight against
efficient,
corruption
and
and
responsive
promote
to the
ethical
needs of all
governance.
Gambians. To
These
improve public
reforms
service
together
delivery with the
we are
ongoing
preparing
development
to launch
of a
the
justice
MyGov
sector
platform.
strategy policy.
This
This
is
is currently
2026,
at an
2030.
advanced stage.
Underscore
Which is my
the
government
government
commitment targeted to a justice system that is independent, transparent, efficient,
The
and
platform will
responsive
serve
to the needs
as
of
the
all
one-stop
Gambians.
shop for high volume priority
To
services.
improve public service delivery,
This incorporates
we are preparing
bad
to launch
certification,
the MyGov
national
platform.
identification cards,
This is currently at an
passports,
advanced stage.
driver's
with its
license,
deployment
and business
targeted
registration.
this year.
The eventual integration of the platform
will
will
serve
serve under the
as
central
the
bank.
one-stop
will enable
shop
the
for
acceptance
high
of
volume
Visa
priority
and MasterCard
services.
payments on the
This
platform.
incorporates,
In addition,
bad
to other
certification,
supported
national
local
identification
digital
cards,
wallets, passports.
We have also made
driver's
significant
license,
progress in
and
modernizing
business
public service
registration.
management through the ongoing
The
development
eventual integration
of a comprehensive
platform
human
with
resource
GAM suite
management
under the
information
central bank
system.
will enable the acceptance of Visa and MasterCard
Once
payments
completed,
on the
this
platform.
system
In
will
addition,
integrate
to other
personal records,
supported local
the payroll,
digital wallets.
performance management.
We have also
and
made
pension
significant progress
administration
in modernizing
into a
public service
single
management
digital
through the
platform.
ongoing development of a comprehensive
This objective
human resource management
embrace
information improving efficiency, accountability,
Once
evidence-based
completed,
planning,
this system
and
will
decision-making
integrate
across
personal records,
government.
the payroll,
The government has
performance
equally
management,
introduced
and pension
a comprehensive
administration
performance
into a
management framework
single
to
digital
promote accountability and results. The framework links
This objective,
planning, budgeting,
embrace
and performance
improving
assessment
efficiency
to make sure that
public
accountability
institutions
and
evidence-based
officials
planning
are held
and
accountable.
decision-making
across government. The government has equally
Defense,
introduced
security,
comprehensive performance and management
national
framework to
stability.
promote accountability and results.
Mr. Speaker,
The framework links
peace and stability
planning,
remain
budgeting,
the foundation
and
upon which
performance assessment
all
to make
development
sure that public
depends.
institutions and
Depends.
officials are held
We have
accountable.
made significant progress in the security sector reform,
Strengthening internal
defense,
security, public security, and democratic
national
oversight.
stability.
As a
Speaker,
result of these sustained
peace
efforts,
and stability remain
the Gambia is
the
now
foundation
ranked
upon which
the safest
all
country
development
in West Africa.
depend.
And
depends.
we have made significant progress in the security sector reform, strengthening internal security, public safety, and democratic oversight. As a result of these sustained efforts, the Gambia is now ranked the safest country and in West Africa, fourth safest in Africa, according to Business Insider Africa. This achievement reflects the growing confidence in our national institutions and the unwavering commitment of our security services to safeguarding the country and its. The Gambia is now ranked the safest country. Law enforcement performance West Africa is improving, safest in Africa, as indicated according to Business Arrest Insider of a number of dangerous criminals last year. This achievement reflects
They include fugitives
the growing confidence
linked to armed
in our
robbery,
national institutions,
murder,
and
and
other
the
unwavering
high-profile
commitment
cases
of our security
Thus,
services,
suggesting
to safeguard
growing
efficiency
the
country
within
and
its
security services, and raising
law enforcement
crime
performance
detection trend is
in the
improving,
country.
as indicated by the arrest of a number
In the
of
same
dangerous
manner,
criminals last year. Border control
They
was
include
strengthened
fugitives
through the rollout
linked to armed robbery,
of the migration
murder,
information
and
and
other
data
high-profile
analysis
cases.
system, and the integrated
suggesting
immigration
growing
efficiency
systems.
within the security services and raising
A
crime
major
detection
milestone
trend
in the country.
was the enactment of the National Security Council Act
In the same
2025,
manner,
which
border
completed
control was
the
strengthened
Gambia's national
through the
security
rollout
architecture
of the
to
migration
enhance
information
strategic
and
oversight,
data analysis
accountability,
system,
and
and the
interagency
integrated
cooperation.
immigration system.
Drug enforcement efforts recorded significant
A major
successes.
milestone
Over
was the
1,170 of the National
propagated
Security
cases
Council
were
Act
handled,
2025, and the conviction
which completed
rate increased
the
Gambia's
by
national
about
security
98%
architecture to enhance
alongside
strategic
progress
oversight
on the
accountability
establishment of
and
a
interagency
regional
treatment and rehabilitation. Drug enforcement
tourism recorded significant art successes and culture. Over 1,170 drug-related cases were handled. And in 2025, the tourism sector recorded by about 98%, 233,113 tourists on the establishment of a 3% regional treatment and rehabilitation center. Tourism, by the same token, and micro, small, and medium enterprises, Mr. Speaker, with over 120 enterprises, the tourism sector recorded and 50% of them 130 buyer supplier linkages, a 3% investment in coastal protection and new training programs. Position the sector by the same resilient growth. Macro, small, and medium enterprises, $4 million were strengthened in matching grants with over 120 enterprises supported as well. And 50% government successfully secured in a UNESCO funding supplier linkage of $100,000 with investment for cultural and coastal protection and new training project. Position the sector 90 intangible cultural elements. $1.4 million a major upgrade in matching grants was a major upgrade for Fort Bullen as well. And the Mango Park Memorial. The government successfully secured a UNESCO funding, the Gambia of $100,000 UNESCO's cultural heritage of the historic Georgetown Preservation in the Central River region. So far, 90 intangible cultural elements have been diplomacy, a major upgrade, and global engagement. A major upgrades of Fort Bullen, Speaker, in 2025 Park Memorial, my government strengthened undertaking its international strategy. The Gambia strategic has earned UNESCO's recognition of the leading role Georgetown in the international community region as chair of the OIC. Diplomacy, key milestones registered engagement include the force, Mr. Speaker, in 2025 EU-Gambia partnership government strengthened under the SoNA understanding and participation partners in the EU. We continue summit to play a leading role. I take this opportunity to express international community appreciation as chair to all our bilateral and multilateral partners whose technical, financial, and policy support continues to complement include the government efforts and strengthen our national EU-Gambia partnership development under the Samoa Agreement and participation in the EU-AU summit. I take this opportunity to express and the sincere appreciation to all our bilateral and multilateral partners whose technical, financial, and policy support continues to complement the government efforts and strengthen our national measurable progress to develop climate resilience and environmental protection. 5-year, €6.9 million environment. Gambia Resilient Project climate change was launched last year to restore land governance and sustainability challenges of over 1,000 hectares of mangroves. We delivered measurable progress in climate resilience and environment. This is directly benefiting 180 communities and advancing 5-year, €6.9 national climate commitment. Gambia Resilient Project administration also last year developed to restore the first national disaster risk mitigation plan 2026 1,000 hectares of mangroves provided lean season assistance protected to over 1,000. This is directly benefiting 180 communities and advancing the Gambia provided housing support for families affected by the administration also developed the first national disaster risk mitigation plan 2026 and early warning legal and regulatory lean season assistance was strengthened to over through the 1,000 of the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Act 2025 and provided housing support resolve for families affected by the decisive enforcement against environmental degradation led to the interception and prosecution legal and regulatory framework to tackle strength of illegal through the enactment of the National Early Warning and Response Expanded Community 2025 support has with similar results strengthened conservation outcomes, decisive enforcement against environmental degradation remarks led to the interception and prosecution of persons linked to 30 trucks of illegal harvested National Assembly members. Simultaneously, distinguished expanded community forestry support, ladies and gentlemen, has broadened and strengthened conservation as required by the Constitution and livelihoods. My address provides an account of the current state, concluding remarks, affairs of the nation. Mr. Speaker, it focuses on the overall administration of our country. Honorable National Assembly members, on major policies, distinguished guests, programs, legislation, ladies and gentlemen, challenges, and future as required by the Constitution. My address provides an account as we reflect on the current state on the progress made affairs of the nation by my administration. It
and the
focuses
challenges
on the
ahead.
overall administration. My message
country.
to all Gambians is that, zeroing in, we recommit ourselves
On major
to a
policies,
more resilient
programs,
and progressive
legislation,
Gambia, achievements
based on the
challenges
principles
and future
of
IRWA, the National Development Plan. Mr. Speaker, as we reflect, my government recognizes that by my administration, despite the progress made in 2025 ahead, challenges linger. My message to all Gambians is that we are aware, for example, we recommit ourselves of the continuous cost of living more resilient and on many households, Gambia. Hence, the heavy investment in agriculture to boost the national food self-sufficiency drive through Mr. Speaker, production. My government recognizes that despite the progress made in 2025, we continue to provide challenges linger on. To ease the challenges associated, for example, with smallholder, of the continuous cost of living and the subsistence nature on many households of agriculture. Hence, the heavy investment output support in agriculture to boost subsidies our food self-sufficiency. Farmers spend less through and earn much more production from their produce. The price of granules to provide support exemplify to ease the challenges associated with smallholder in the medium to long term and the subsistence we will continue of our agriculture. Investing in mechanization or output support overall through subsidies is to ensure farmers spend less in addition and much more from their persistent climate risks. Addressing irregular migration, the price of granules employment exemplify requires this sustained attention. My government will continue in the medium to long term to address continue pressing challenges in mechanized development to improve and overall agricultural investment. In addition, healthcare access to persistent climate risk improve tremendously, addressing irregular migration last decade. And youth employment continue striving urgently requires greater achievement, sustained attention, and better health. My government will continue to work with partners to address these pressing challenges through skills development, members of the National Assembly, private sector, and fellow Gambians. Looking back, healthcare access, the Gambia today, and quality more improved tremendously, more connected over the last better governed than it was. Continue striving for greater achievements and better health outcomes. Honorable Speaker, honorable members of the National Assembly, institutions, and fellow Gambians, relevant systems looking back, the Gambia solid today foundations is more stable, for more connected, significant, better governed than it was a decade ago. The task ahead is to consolidate these gains, maintain a vibrant and diversified economy, functional institutions, protect democratic stability, and relevant systems strengthen a resilient and solid foundations laid for more as we reflect on our journey together. Let us reaffirm our commitment to justice, and the task ahead is to consolidate these gains and leaders in maintain a vibrant of work and diversified economy to serve with protect democratic stability that every Gambian feel seen, resilient, heard, and inclusive and respected. As we reflect on our journey together, let us reaffirm our commitment to justice, but it is the path good governance of progress. Our courts, institutions, and leaders in all the path that demands space must continue to accountability with integrity, dialogue, and ensure and every Gambian to correct ourselves seen when we fall, heard, and respected. We extend a hand of friendship to all is not a friendly nations, near and far, part of and progress. We do so conscious that our voice carries. It is the part that demands patience, dignity, accountability, dialogue, and Mr. Speaker, to correct ourselves. My government will continue to build roads, schools, hospitals. We extend energy systems, a hand of friendship our communities to all and power friendly nations, near and far. And we do so conscious that our voice carries. These foundations are not merely concrete and steel. They are lifeline opportunities. Mr. Speaker, symbolizing the promise my government will continue to build roads born in the Gambia, schools, hospitals beyond limits, and energy systems that connect our communities and power our future. My administration will continue its drive for digital transformation. These foundations are not merely concrete and steel, especially they are lifeline opportunities government symbolizing and enhance that every child born in the Gambia can dream beyond limits. The ongoing reforms in the telecommunication my administration will continue with a view to improving efficiency, digital transformation, affordability, in all sectors, quality of service, especially to consumers, to inform and return government on service delivery, and enhance tax collection. My government reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the principles of gender equality. The ongoing reforms, and we recognize the telecommunication the vital importance of empowering our women with a view to improving efficiency, affordability, quality we will continue creating opportunities for consumers and women and returns and insist on strengthening them Mr. Speaker, my government reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the principles of gender equality. As an obligation, we recognize the vital importance of empowering gender equality and youth, and recognize women in our governance structure and systems. By upholding these values, creating opportunities for girls and women, fairer and more united strengthening them, every citizen can contribute to with dignity and benefit from our collective progress. As an obligation, we are determined, likewise, we recognize the vital role and recognize women in our governance structure and systems. Whose support has been instrumental in advancing our national priorities. Stronger, fairer, their solidarity, and more united nation where the Gambia is not alone in and benefit from of growth and stability. Progress. With their partnership, we are better equipped to transform challenges. Likewise, we recognize the vital role to ensure that no development is left behind. Whose support has been instrumental in advancing our national priorities. Honorable members, solidarity and fellow Gambians remind us that as we Gambia is not alone the 2026 presidential and stability. I call on all political parties. We are better candidates and supporters to transform challenges to conduct their campaign opportunities in a spirit of to ensure that no Gambian is mutual respect. Mr. Speaker, honorable members and fellow Gambians, elections as we approach a cornerstone of 2026 and presidential strengthening rather than call on all political parties, candidates and supporters to conduct their campaign together with the Independent Electoral Commission, tolerance and all relevant institutions. My government remains fully committed to ensuring that the upcoming election is conducted in a peaceful, transparent, of our democracy and orderly manner, and they must strengthen rather than divide us. I urge every Gambian to uphold the values together with the Independent Electoral Commission, national cohesion, and all relevant institutions of the election. My government remains fully committed to ensuring that consolidate the upcoming election is conducted in a peaceful, transparent, credible, and orderly manner. Also, call on all Gambians to join my government in building the Gambia. Every Gambian to uphold the values of unity, dialogue, and national Gambia of our dreams, so that the outcome of the election reflects with the will of the peoples and further consolidates and every democratic gains. Mr. Speaker, together we are writing a story of resilience all Gambians to join my government in building the Gambia to the wall we aspire. The Gambia is rising. We may not have, and although the journey is long, of our dreams, our resolve is unshakable. But we are shaping it with every effort, every sacrifice, and every act of service. To conclude, Mr. Speaker, I sincerely thank my cabinet members. Together, we are writing a story of resilience and hope. A story that says to the world, our public the Gambia is rising, and the private sector, the journey is long. Our resolve is unshakable. Civil society organizations and the security and intelligence services, as well as conclude, Mr. all Gambians and friends of the Gambia. I sincerely thank my cabinet members. The judiciary, I pray that we continue to work closely in our public servants and strive for sustained the private sector, stability, security, progress, civil society organizations, development. I thank you all, and the security and intelligence services, as well as all Gambians and friends of the Gambia for our successes. I pray that we continue to work closely in harmony and strive for sustained peace, stability, security, progress, and inclusive development. I thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Honorable members, any seconder to the motion? Honorable member for Kantora and Majority Leader. Thank you, Your Excellency. Honorable members, any seconder to the motion?
For giving me the floor.
Honorable member for Kantora and Majority Leader.
Ably laid and tabled by His Excellency the President in fulfillment of his constitutional provision. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion. Allow me thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, the President, for giving me the floor to second the motion ably laid and tabled by His Excellency the President most eloquently in fulfillment of his constitutional provision. Addressing Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the motion, delivering his State of Nation address. Allow me at this juncture as well, Honorable Speaker, to allow me also to reaffirm our commitment and also assure His Excellency that come 2027 SoNA again, we'll be here with you most eloquently addressing, delivering his State of Nation address. Honorable Speaker, allow me also to reaffirm our commitment and also assure His Excellency
Just take on the motion and
that come 2027 SoNA here with you will stand resolute in your continuity agenda.
Honorable Speaker.
To make sure that those gains are consolidated.
Honorable members. Honorable members, please just take on the motion and knock it down. Do that.
I shall be here with you, will stand resolute.
And the audience, please.
In your continuity agenda. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, to make sure that indeed honorable gains are consolidated.
Just take on the motion, members. Honorable Speaker.
The Gambia.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, please. You can knock the table or do that, but stop talking. And the audience,
Honorable
please.
Speaker.
Let's listen. Honorable Speaker.
Indeed, Honorable Speaker, His Excellency has delivered here. Indeed, Honorable Speaker.
Identify members and Honorable Speaker, your constituency. Honorable Speaker, the people here are your electors. So know you are misbehaving. We'll put it on records. If I see you, I will just call your constituency.
Indeed, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, His Excellency has full agreement delivered here.
Honorable members,
with His Excellency that indeed
identify members
right
and call your constituency and the people here are your electors. So know you are
therefore we'll stand with him.
We'll put it on records. If I see you, I will just call your constituency and ask
that President Arao for continuity. Honorable Speaker, till next, I am in full agreement. Honorable Speaker, with His Excellency that indeed Gambia is in the right trajectory in terms of development, in terms of advancement. So therefore, we will stand with him.
Honorable members,
of his continued agenda.
It has been moved and seconded
for continuity
that this assembly
till next,
do consider the motion on the State of the Nation Address 2026.
On that note, I thank you so much for giving me the floor.
Delivered by His Excellency, the President of the Republic. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. It has been moved and seconded that this assembly do consider the motion on the State of the Nation Address 2026 delivered by His Excellency, the President of the Republic. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. If you are talking, please cover your mouth. If I see you, I will shout your name. Honorable members, the consideration and debate on the motion will be adjourned until Monday, 30th March 2026. To give honorable members ample time to read and digest the said address, where the Vice President and Cabinet Ministers are required to be present to witness the debate on SoNA. Before adjourning the sitting until Monday, please allow me, on behalf of both sides of this august assembly, and indeed on my own behalf, thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic, for his well-delivered State of the Nation address. Of course, it was a constitutional duty that he delivered with grace and candor. The address has outlined the condition of the Gambia, the policies of the government, and the administration of state as provided for in the Constitution. The statement also provided us the opportunity to reflect on the achievements and challenges we face as a nation, and the urgent need for national unity, peace, and stability to propel the development needs and aspirations of our dear motherland. As the people's representatives, we are charged to do our best to ensure that the policies and programs outlined in His Excellency's address are scrutinized and debated with due diligence. It is also important for us to have a clear understanding of the government's policies, development programs, and aspirations. This would provide the National Assembly and its various committees with tools necessary to perform its legislative scrutiny and oversight functions. Finally, Mr. President, I thank you once more for addressing this assembly. In the same vein, I wish to express thanks and gratitude to the former Vice Presidents, my Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, and Justices of the Supreme Courts, all honorable members of the National Assembly, and all distinguished invited guests for gracing this solemn occasion in our parliamentary calendar. By extension, on behalf of both sides of this assembly, I also wish to register our gratitude to all Gambians for the support and collaboration in our collective drive towards nation building. I also thank the Office of the Clerk, the Task Force, and all those who in their various ways contributed immensely towards making this day a success. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses and guide us all. Honorable members, after putting the question, may I kindly ask all guests to remain seated to allow His Excellency, the President, to take leave of the chambers, to be followed by cabinet ministers and others. On that note, honorable members, I will now put the question. Be resolved that this August Assembly do stand adjourned until Monday, 30th March 2026. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. This Assembly now stands adjourned until Monday, 30th March 2026 at 10 a.m. prompt.